So continuing my music album reviews, which is most of a state of Jamaica and the Caribbean. We have Born Jamericans' sophomore album, which came out in the late '90s, and that's Yardcore. And this was, I wouldn't say it was arguably better than the first album, Kids from Foreign, but yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorite albums when as a teenager, because you pretty much see how both Ed Lesham, Mr. Notch, and unfortunately, this was pretty much their last solo album before they split up. After this, after a while, they both came back and it has delivered on good ones. And they had a lot. What's good is that they had a lot of notable artists on it, like Merciless, Johnny Osborne. Who else am I think? Who else am I neglected? They also had Mad Lion, Sleepy Wonder, Shinehead, and a few others. And yeah, one of the notable singles was Yardcore. And if you still remember the music video for it, which is one of my favorite ones, that was pretty much that was one of the best tracks on it because this was like a hip hop reggae dancehall track. And let me tell you something, the remix to Yardcore, which was basically the same tune, the same tracks from Bow Down by West Side Connection, as well as Dr. Dre's Been There, Done That. That's even a much better. It was even better than the original. Too bad they didn't have that remix on the album, but it is what it is. You've had again State of Shock, which had Notch and Johnny Osborne singing. You've had Ross Clot, which was a good song. You've had Send You My Love, which was done by Stevie Wonder at first, but because Stevie Wonder's cool with both Ed and Notch, he said, "Hey, you can sample one of my most notable songs, whatever." And they did a good job. And the music video for "Send You My Love" which was pretty good. Again, they had lots of hot chicks, and you saw both of them show how both of them are good, not just about spitting hip hop dancehall verses, but also being crooners. Because, like I said, most hip hop, dancehall, reggae, rap artists, part of their thing was, hey, we have to be ladies' men, and we just have to appeal to the women. It ain't just about drugs, violence, and all other stuff that's stereotyped with these genres. You've also had Can Done, which was done by the aforementioned Merciless. All of them killed that particular track. You've had Venus, another good song. The remix is much better. They didn't include that, unfortunately. You had Follow the Pace. Let us say, and what is also and one of the best ones is Gotta Get Mine, which again was with Mad Lion, Sleepy Wonder, Shinehead. And this was one of the video for it good. And like I said, this was I would between it Yardcore is debatable. Both of them were arguably the best tracks on it because Gotta Get Mine, the soundtrack for it, which sounded kind of deep, kind of eerie, but had this very good soundtrack to it. That and the lyrics and the way how all the artists on it flowed with Notch and Shine on it. That was, I would arguably say that almost a bit edges out Yardcore because it's hard to decipher which track was my favorite on it. But yeah, this is what my review of Yardcore was, though. And yeah, again, this was like the last solo album Ed and Notch did. I think there was supposed to be a third album in the late '90s, or Moment of Truth, where he had the single "Shine With We." And did a track with Spragga Benz and then Go Girl, which had the Faith rhythm. But I think by that time, both Ed and Notch pretty much said, "Hey, we're just gonna just do our own individual things." And I think before I said that, both of them pretty much had just fell out all overall. Even though the years later, I think they reunited briefly to do that soundtrack collaborated with Rihanna on work. And unfortunately, I don't think that lasted long because I think they both of them just said, "Hey, we're just only way we'll ever deal with each other is for business purposes." But yeah, we ain't hanging. We're not buddies or friends. We're not really going to be hanging out at the bar together. We ain't really going to be Yeah, like I say, we're not drinking buddies or anything. Like we ain't gonna be watching any football games or really shooting the breeze or anything like that. But it's just strictly business. But this was, like I said, their second and last album they did as a group. But it was well worth it. God wish that both of them. I don't know who did what to who. I don't know either of these cats like that. But well, I like to see both of them like have dropped more albums after that together. Yeah, I mean both their solo albums after that were bound to bomb. But best of both worlds, that both of them do their own things while working together. Like with Destiny's Child, like most of the group, they can work together. I mean, like Kelly, Beyonce, and Michelle in particular. Even though they'll still do their own solo things, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, this is one of my favorite albums from back in the days. So gotta have to do an album review of that. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my other YouTube pages, Miles Goods and Farron, Miles Productions, Real Thoughts and Miles. All right.